If there's one thing we've learned about business and life, it's that people are the X factor. They constantly surprise us, both in amazing ways and not so much. We're Ben and Sia, and welcome to the GNAW On This Business Bites podcast. This show is all about real-life things we all deal with every day, how they relate to business, and how to make some sense out of our daily chaos. Welcome to the show. And welcome back to another episode on GNAW On This is Business Bites. I'm Ben and this is Sia, and welcome back. We appreciate you guys coming back every single week. This week, we're going to talk about something that you hear all the time: work-life balance. Okay, here's a shock. I don't believe in it. I don't believe that there's such a thing as work-life balance. I believe we are human beings. We have wants, we have needs, we have desires, we have aspirations, we have fears, we have desires. They follow us wherever we are. They follow us to work, they follow us home, they follow us on vacation, they follow us, we're at that picnic with our mother-in-law. Everywhere we go, we are the same person. And sometimes we bring a little bit of work with us to home, and sometimes we bring a little home with us to work. And we need to realize that we are one human being, and we have this one thing called life. And we need to look at it that way, in such a way that we sit there and go, okay, sometimes I'm going to be at the office. Some days I'm going to be home. Sometimes I'm going to be thinking about this. Sometimes I'm going to be thinking about that. And be able to realize that there is no hard, fast reality, especially in 2022, post-pandemic, with people working from home or hybrid and all that kind of stuff. You know what? The rules have changed. The rules have been thrown away. And I think we need to look and sit there and say, who are we as human beings? What do we want? What do we need? And what do we desire? And build our lives that way. So, Sia, up you come.
Oh my goodness gracious. I think you gave me so much food for thought to gnaw on that you made me change up what I was thinking about saying originally. But okay. So, okay.
Sorry,
you done stumped me. You done stumped me yet again. Okay. All right. All seriousness though, I do believe there is the concept of work-life balance. To me, means you found the ability to ensure your personal wellness is in check, whether it's at work or your personal life. So I'm going to redefine this as that's where my premise is. This is, like you say, and I love it, is we are one person. Mm-hmm. So there's not like split personalities or anything like that. Now, if you are, that's a different issue and you're a minority of the population. But I do think if you have found your center, okay, and I've said this before, if you are comfortable with yourself on your motivations, on some soul searching, where the essence of you and your soul is, like your inner sanctum, if you will, then you will have that ability to find the understanding that when you're at work, you're at work. When you're with your family, you're with family, and that you should have a way to delineate your resource, your brain power, your emotional power between the two, right? You can't always bring your work into your home. Sometimes you do, right? Entrepreneurs, we kind of live it, right? We have to live and breathe and eat it. Otherwise we don't eat, right? But at some point in time, you got to sit back, throw on the flip-flops and sit out in the 100,000 degrees here in Texas and say, yeah, I like melting in the sun, but I'm doing it because I choose to. And I think that's where the work-life balance challenge is too many people have too many responsibilities that their personal responsibilities becomes work-like.
Well, I think, and I agree with you to a point, we need to be present.
Yes.
Wherever we are, whatever we're doing, we need to be present and focused. Here's a sad truth for a lot of people. Just because your boss emails you over the weekend doesn't mean you have to respond. Just because somebody sent you a LinkedIn post over the weekend doesn't mean you have to respond. Just because somebody sent you a text, your mother sends you a text at 2:00 in the afternoon when you're at work, doesn't mean you have to respond right then and there. It's about sitting there going, I am where I am and being able to focus. You know what? I see too many people at their kids' baseball games, ballet recitals or whatever practice on their phones, not even paying attention to what's going on with their kids. I was just out for a walk the other day, and there was 3 people on a park bench that obviously were friends. All 3 of them were on their that's it. They were 10 inches away from their phones, and none of them were talking to each other. Who knows? They could have been texting each other on the bench with her. But you sit there and go, are you with the people you're with? Are you truly present? Are you there? I mean, yes, okay, I go on vacation with my family. My laptop doesn't come with me. My phone does. My laptop doesn't come with me. I send an out of office email saying, I am away. I will be away from this state to this state. I will not be checking email. If it is vital, please text me at, or please call me at. It is amazing how few times over 20 years that I have actually had people realize that something was so important that they had to interrupt me on my vacation. And if they did, you deal with it. And you come to the realization that, you know what, if something is that vital and that important, you sit there with the customer, okay, I'm going to take 2 hours and I'm going to deal with it. But realize, Mr. Customer, you've got me on my holiday. I'm away. You're taking 2 hours away from my family. There is a cost to you for me doing this. And being able to be present enough with who you are, what you do, to realize that if somebody wants to interrupt your time that you're spending with your family or your friends, or even your family at the office, you need to sit there and say there is a cost to doing that, and be able to articulate that, and be able to say, hey, wait a second here, I need to be here, I need to be doing this. If you need me to focus on something else, that's fine, but there's got to be a cost benefit for doing this.
Oh, you couldn't have said it better. That I was like doing little heart emojis, like I'm right there with you. I wish I had known that 20 fracking years ago. That was one life lesson I learned when I left corporate and I was traveling around the world. I can't tell you how glorious it was that my phone literally just became a tool for me to play Candy Crush and or text family members because I was around the world and all that stuff. But otherwise, and take pictures.
Yes. Well, that's the big use of a phone on a vacation.
And that was it. And I never felt that before, though. Mm-hmm. And it's sad that there's too many of us that are listening that are like, I don't know, I can't not have my laptop. I can't not have my first gut reaction when you said, I don't take my laptop on vacation. You know what I said was, no, I bring my laptop. But you know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. Get in the mindset and habit. Again, find your zen, your center, your peace, if you will, to understand that you're right. There is a cost. If you're going to make me work, there is a cost, because you're making me prioritize my personal priority for yours.
And caveat, guess what? My entire business life is on Dropbox and accessible anywhere in the world. So if 911 does happen and I have to take care of it and a business client comes up, guess what? I can go to an internet cafe somewhere and be able to do it, but I'm not relying on that laptop to be there. I'm not making an excuse to be able to open that up every morning and check emails. I've also been known to come back from a holiday, delete 3,000 emails.
And not even read them?
And no, I don't read them. What I do is I delete 3,000 emails, and then I'll send out an email to everybody and say, hi, I just came back from holidays to 3,500 emails. I've deleted every single one of them. If there's anything you need me to deal with, send me another email. Usually there's 20 people, 10 people that email me, and half of the people that do say, I wish I had the guts to do that. There's very few things that need to do, because the majority of the emails that you get, you're being CC'd on stuff.
That's true.
You're being CC'd stuff. It's cover your butt. That's all it is. And there's very few things that you really need to deal with, because hopefully you've set your clients up for success before you've left. And if you manage your time and you manage your process, then it's amazing what you can do. But it's a matter of taking a look at things that way.
Oh my gosh, that is something to gnaw on for sure, because I wish I had, again, done that back in my day as well, because I would do it now. I would do it now in a heartbeat, and I'm busier than I have ever been. So that is funny. What a mental mindset that is. What a mental mind. Oh, wait. What day is it?
It's a mental mind shift. There we go.
There we go. Aww.
There we go. We'll use mental mind shift. We all know what's coming up.
Are you keeping us legal for? Okay.
Absolutely.
No potty words on gnaw on this. But that is something really great to gnaw on, because I do think that whole idea and concept, you're right. It's one of the same. It's just how you prioritize it.
And as long as we take a look and sit there and say, what are the priorities of our life, and be able to live that, and say what's really important to us, and not ignore people, but manage people and manage expectations and manage accountability. It's amazing the things we can come up with. So I'm Ben.
I'm Sia.
Hey, let's gnaw on this. Business Bites. We'll see you again next week.
Hey. Thanks for listening to another episode of Gnaw on This, Business Bites. If you liked what you heard, we most humbly ask that you like, share, and hit that subscribe button. And if you want to communicate more effectively within your organization, contact Ben at yourbrandmarketing.com or me, Sia, at innovationmediaenterprises.com. We can help you build your community, brand awareness, and personality through podcasting. We cannot wait to hear from you. So see you next week for another episode of Gnaw on This, Business Bites.